Hello everyone, in this lecture we will discuss about Reynolds number. Reynolds number. Reynolds number. Reynolds number is a dimensionless number. It is a dimensionless number. Like Nusselt number. Nusselt number is also dimensionless number. Reynolds number is also dimensionless number. It is very important dimensionless number in fluid mechanics, in heat transfer, in mass transfer, in fluid flow phenomena. Reynolds number is denoted by Re. Reynolds number. Now, Reynolds number, it is the ratio between inertial forces and viscous forces. It is a ratio. Ratio between inertial forces and viscous forces. So Reynolds number is nothing but it is a ratio between inertial forces to viscous forces. Inertial forces and viscous forces. Now inertial forces is the forces which occur due to the density, velocity and mass of the flow or mass of the body. Inertial forces is usually occur due to the mass or the acceleration due to gravity or the density of the body. So the inertial forces is denoted by rho, velocity of the fluid, density of the fluid, velocity of the fluid and the diameter of the pipe. Similarly, the viscous forces is denoted by viscosity of the fluid. So the ratio between these rho, v, d and by mu is called the Reynolds number. Now this d is the density of the fluid, density of the fluid, v is the velocity of the fluid, the fluid can be water or air or some other fluid. D is the diameter of pipe, mu is the viscosity of fluid, So the ratio between rho, v, d and mu is the Reynolds number. Suppose we have a pipe and there is some water is flowing into it. Suppose water is flowing into it. The temperature of water is 25 degrees C, pressure is 1 atm, and it is liquid water. It is flowing into the pipe. It will form like parabolic like profile in the pipe. Now suppose this is the outlet water and this is the water flowing into the pipe. This is the diameter of the pipe, and v is, suppose water is flowing at velocity of 20 meter per second. Suppose this is the velocity, v is the velocity of the water, or v velocity of the water is denoted by v, and this is the viscosity of water at 25 degrees C. Suppose it is 1 centipoise. Now what will be the Reynolds number of this flow in the, what will be the Reynolds number of water in this pipe, what will be the Reynolds number? So the Reynolds number will be equal to density of the water. Suppose at 25 degrees C, 1 atm pressure, the density of liquid water is 1000 kilogram per cubic meter. So the Reynolds number will be density of the water multiply by the velocity of the water, which is 20, and to the diameter of the pipe. For internal flow, it is the diameter of the pipe through which the liquid is flowing. So it is the diameter of the pipe, and it is the viscosity of the liquid water at 25 degrees C and 1 atm pressure. So this is all about the Reynolds number for internal flow, for flow flowing in the pipe. Now the Reynolds number depend on the density, velocity, and the diameter and viscosity of the flow of the fluid. Now this density is a function of temperature, pressure, viscosity, and other parameters. Similarly, velocity is also a function of temperature and other parameters. So now similarly, the viscosity is also a function of temperature, pressure for the gases. So all these, so Reynolds number also depend on temperature, pressure, geometry of the figure, whether the fluid is flowing in the circular pipe, or it is flowing in the duct, or it is flowing in the river, or it is flowing in the sea or in the stream. So it depends on the geometry of the flow, whether it is a circular or whether it is a rectangular duct. So it depends on the geometry of the Reynolds number, also depends on the geometry of the figure. So Reynolds number depends upon many parameters like temperature, pressure, viscosity, diameter or length or geometry of the figure, temperature, so thermal conductivity, and other physical quantity. So there are many variable which depend on the Reynolds number, so which depend on the fluid flow. So we combine these all variable into a single number, which is called Reynolds number, which make our calculation very easy. Now the purpose of dimension this number is to make our calculation easy. So Reynolds number combine the density, velocity, and diameter and viscosity of the fluid to one number, which dimension this number, and it is a Reynolds number, and it is very easy to determine. On the basis of Reynolds number, now on the basis of Reynolds number, we can determine that whether flow is laminar or turbulent or transition flow. Now Reynolds number show us that whether flow is laminar or turbulent or transition. Suppose we have a pipe in which the water is flowing inside the pipe, and it forms some velocity profile like this type of velocity profile. The density of water, the viscosity of water, the temperature, the pressure, and the velocity of water, it is all at 25 degrees C. Suppose this is the outlet of the pipe. Now on the basis of velocity, viscosity, density, and diameter of the pipe, we can determine that whether the flow inside the pipe is laminar, transition, or turbulent. For internal flow, if Reynolds number is less than 2100, then the flow will be laminar flow. Laminar flow is very viscous flow. The order of molecule in the laminar flow is very highly ordered molecule in the laminar flow. The one layer flow on the other layer in the case of laminar flow, and it is very highly ordered flow, and it is very viscous flow, and it obeys the Newton law of viscosity. So the laminar flow is very viscous flow, the molecules are very highly ordered in the laminar flow. Now when Reynolds number is greater than 4100, then the flow will be turbulent. It is very disordered flow. Disordered flow, velocity of the flow or velocity of the fluid is very high. Remember, in laminar flow, velocity of the fluid is very small or very low velocity, and viscosity is very high. So for laminar flow, viscosity is very high, velocity is very low. For turbulent flow, velocity is very high and viscosity is very small. And for turbulent flow inside the pipe, when the Reynolds number inside the pipe is greater than 4100, then the flow will be turbulent inside the pipe. Similarly, when the Reynolds number inside the pipe is between 2100 and 4100, then the flow will be in transition range. The relation between density, velocity and diameter of the pipe and viscosity of the flow. When the diameter of the pipe is small, then the Reynolds number will be small. When viscosity of the fluid is high, Reynolds number will be, when viscosity is very high, Reynolds number will be very small and it will be laminar flow. When the velocity of the fluid is very high, Reynolds number will be very high and it will be turbulent flow. When velocity of the flow is very small, Reynolds number will be small and it will be in the range of laminar flow. So this is all about Reynolds number in the internal flow in the pipes. Now for external flow, the Reynolds number is different. For example, flow of fluid outside a plate. Flow on plate. Suppose this is a plate and the fluid is flowing on the, this is the length of the plate. Suppose this is the length of the plate and this is the velocity of the, this is the characteristic length, or suppose this is the length of the plate and this is velocity of the fluid, this is the density of the fluid and this is the viscosity of the fluid. So for the external flow, suppose the flow is flowing on the plate. So for this case, Reynolds number will be denoted by RE, which is rho velocity of the fluid on the plate and the length of the plate divided by the viscosity of the fluid which coming to the plate. So for this case, the Reynolds number will be rho VL. This is the density of the fluid, velocity of the fluid, length of the plate and viscosity of the fluid at certain temperature. Suppose this is 25 degrees C or on average temperature. So this is all about Reynolds number for external flow. Now for external flow, when Reynolds number is less than 5 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 5, then the flow will be laminar. When the Reynolds number is between 5 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 5 and 7 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 7 or greater, then the flow will be in the transition range. Transition flow. when Reynolds number is greater than 7 multiplied by 10 to the power 7, then the flow will be turbulent. Now this turbulency depends on the geometry, the roughness, the pipe roughness of the pipe. It depends on the geometry, density, viscosity, and other parameter of the flow. So for the external flow, the Reynolds number is different, and for the internal flow, the Reynolds number is different. So for similarly, for external flow, the fluid can also flow across a sphere. Similarly, fluid can also flow across a cylinder, or similarly fluid can also across the cylinder. So this is all about external flow, and for the external flow the Reynolds number is different, and for internal flow the Reynolds number is different. So the laminar flow is very now there is a difference between laminar flow and turbulent flow. In laminar flow, the layer of the fluid are slowly flowing on one another. One layer of the fluid flow on the other layer of the fluid very slowly and in highly ordered manner. Here the viscosity of the fluid is very high. The molecules are arranged. The arrangement of molecules are in very highly ordered form. But in turbulent flow, the velocity of the fluid is very high. The viscosity of the fluid is very small, and the randomness of molecule is very high. The randomness of molecule is very high, so it is highly disordered flow, which is called the turbulent flow. And the heat transfer and mass transfer in the turbulent flow is very high as compared to the laminar flow, because in turbulent flow there is mixing of one layer with the other layer. So there is intermixing of one layer with the other layer, and so the heat and mass transfer is very high in the case of turbulent flow as compared to the laminar flow. So this is all about the laminar and turbulent flow and Reynolds number. Thanks.